The ship Eros was launched in the year 1926. From the history archives, originally the ship belonged to the French Baron Henri de Rothschild and was commissioned as a private yacht at the shipyards of Ramage and Ferguson. After the invasion of France, it was confiscated by the German Navy. The ship was modified into a Kriegstransport and renamed Unterseebootjäger, a destroyer with anti-submarine capability, with the order to escort 2 mine-layer ships in the Ligurian Sea. The dive is classified for experienced divers with appropriate certification. Due to the extreme depth, the dive shall be executed only after detailed preparation and examination and will follow the standards for a technical dive. The first structure we find is the bridge. We move ourselves directly to the bow. On our way, we pass a row of portholes and the entrance to the control area. Below, the upper deck appears. But before we continue on our way, we rest to have a look at the only weapon present in the bow area. It seems to be a cannon, but its caliber is rather modest. Even today, it seems prepared for combat against an improbable air attack. The gun is fitted in a tower which was scaled by the gunner to defend against hostile fire. We leave this object behind us and proceed on our way to the outer point of the bow. This area of the hull is visited by an indescribable number of fairy basslettes, or the Anthias anthias. We can admire the frontal area of the bow from this vantage point. The anchors are still at their original position, and the hull is covered by a dense formation of oysters. On the area of the upper deck, we find a large bollard, a winch, and anchor chains. Everything has remained in perfect order. We have yet another opportunity to visit the cannon already seen before. To our surprise, we discover that there is not just one cannon, but 2. According to the information in the archived records, the cannon is actually a double-barreled 37 caliber machine gun intended for air defense. From this view, the profile is now exact and clear. On the main deck, we see the basic structure of another machine gun. Only the upper part of the bridge, used to navigate the destroyer, remains. We move toward the stern and leave the starboard side of the ship. The walkable area behind the bridge narrows until we arrive at the smokestack. The upper part is exceptional because it finishes with a series of tubes coming from the machine room. The picture is reminiscent of the pipes of a church organ. We are above the control stand of the machine room, observing a bent and distorted stepladder. We sense that we're getting closer to the point of the explosion. We find other weapons, and one of them is partially covered by a scrap of net. After the Arrows was confiscated by the Germans, it was equipped with very good armaments. Besides the double-tube machine gun in the bow area, 2 additional machine guns were installed as anti-aircraft defense. We leave the bridge and the smokestack behind us and reach a hatch, which allows us to enter into the machine room. We descend to perform a small inspection. We can identify the equipment: stepladders, tubes, valves, handrails, and gangways. The last one is probably to connect the 2 engines capable of 1,800 horsepower and a maximum speed of 14 knots to move the 65-meter-long ship. The final portion of the stern no longer exists. It was completely destroyed by the detonation. Instead of the stern area, we can find isolated parts of the hull. Unrecognizable metal parts and structures, leading us to the inevitable conclusion that a disastrous event took place in this area of the ship. The visit to the wreck of the Arrows makes comprehensible why this dive is very famous for passionate divers. During our ascent, we must think about destiny and how it sometimes takes a peculiar turn. How, after only a few minutes, the Arrows, even though converted from a luxurious yacht into a real war machine by the German Navy, changed its role from a hunter into the role of a victim, with only one exactly positioned torpedo hit.